and welcome to How a Christian School Traumatized Me. Alright guys, so if you don't know, I went to a Christian private school most of my upbringings in life, and everybody thinks private schools are awesome and great for their kids, but let's talk about how they traumatize you, okay? So, we're going to start with number 1. Dissection day. If you don't come to class, you fail that day. Who wants to cut into a frog and find out about his insides? What does that do for me as an adult? All right. Number 2, squatting with books over our heads. Yes,
What?
That was one of the corporal, whatever, punishments that they did at the school. They would make us squat with our hands out or squat with books in the air. The school actually got a lawsuit for one of the students have to get a hip replacement later on in life. Good for them. Number 3, birthday spankings. If it was your birthday, they would get this big paddle. Let me show you a picture. Yeah, this lovely paddle here that they use for Greek life. Yeah, they used to whoop us with these. They actually used to wrap it up with tape so it can be more painful. Fun, isn't it? Luckily for me, my birthday is June 13th, so I may have not been in school. But I did get a whooping one time for my birthday with one of those
That
paddles.
nigga's tripping.
It had blue tape on it, I remember. Lining up and eating in height order and also using the bathroom. Who says I want to wait till somebody's height to eat and use the restroom? Luckily, I'm 5 feet, so I was always like number 3 in the line, but think about the kids that's in the back. They have to wait for us to use the restroom. In 7th grade, you would have to ask your teacher, can you leave, even if your parent is standing at the door signing you out. So say if your parents there, you want to jump up and run and hug them and say, Mommy, you're here. You would get in trouble. Talk about, I can't love on my parent because I see them to pick me up from this hellhole. Number 6, teachers just being strict and mean for no reason. I had a lot of teachers that were really mean and left a bad impact on me. Now, I did have some sweet teachers like Miss Wright, Miss Norte, Miss Singleton, a few of those. But if I get to naming those other folks, I got a grandma for you. Yeah. This looks like it's going to be a part 2. We're going to talk about number 7, which is getting hit with a ruler.
What?
And this is part 2 of How a Christian School Traumatized Me. I want to piggyback on number 6. There were a lot of teachers that I would look at as mean and miserable. And a lot of them were older women. I had a few teachers that were like just mean, and they would think being strict would build some integrity in us. I had a teacher that would just like enjoy. They had this one teacher. I know if you went to the school that I went to and you know who I'm talking about, they would bring students who would get in trouble to her for her to jack them up. Literally getting hit with a paddle in a room or in front of people, being embarrassed. The paddle that I showed you before in part 1 was wrapped up with tape and you'll get popped on the butt. But if you did something really, really, really bad, she would take you in the back room and she would hit you with a different type of paddle. Now, I know the paddle that she used to call blue, that paddle was like, I know it hurt. It hurt it because I had got hit with it before. So yeah, a lot of teachers were just strict and mean and just nasty attitudes and just made you not feel no comfort. I hated the school. I cried every day going to that school. And I'm so mad at my mother for making me go there. And you want to know something? There was a paper that most parents sign that, you know what? I'm going to keep that for part 3. Let's finish the list. All right. Getting hit with a ruler on your hands if you did something wrong. Now, mostly the principal was the one that would hit you with the paddle. If your teacher did not like something that you did and they felt like they can deal with it on their own, they would get a hard ruler or a flappy ruler, and they will hit you in your hands, or they will make you ball up your knuckles and hit you on your knuckles with that ruler. This was happening in Christian schools. I remember my kindergarten teacher, I'm not going to say her name because I actually liked her, and she used to pull out all the students' teeth. If y'all know, y'all know. She was really nice, but she used to do the paddle thing with the hands. All right, let's talk about number 8. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. All this money my mama was paying, and all we had for snack was really peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It was actually peanut butter and honey sandwiches. All this money my mama was paying. Baby, I can't even fool with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I will die. Yeah. Honorable mention. Sitting in alphabetical order, which made my vision bad at the age of 10. My last name is White, so I'm all the way in the back. And I can't see now because of that. And this is part 3 of how a Christian school traumatized me. All in all, these things here, as you can see, really traumatized me. And the poppings and the beatings and the whoopings probably is the reason why I like the dominatrix, the BDSM world now. Yeah. And I don't think that's a good thing. But yeah, there was a lot of things going down at this school, and I'm actually astounded that the school was shut down. They got a lawsuit. Some guy had to get a hip replacement because, like I said, they would have us have books in the air while squatting, and like that just messed up somebody's hip, you know. So excuse baby's kids next door. Yeah. So yeah, I don't plan on having kids, but if I do have kids, they will be in a Montessori school or beyond Montessori, you know, free will, learning about actual things in the world, not no strict curriculum, because half of this stuff I'm not using in the real world. Like, what am I doing with geometry? Only thing I can believe that I'm using is statistics. We're just not using these things, you know? So yeah. If you were one of the teachers that went to that school that I went to right there in Chicago on Vincennes, this is for you. And like I said, I got a grandmother for you. All right, bye guys. If you have any questions about how Christian school traumatized me, comment below. I've been waiting to do this since I was a kid. 14, 6, no, lower. 10, 11, 12. Whew.